welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing this week's Top 5 Wednesday. Now this week's Top 5 Wednesday are your favourite villains. Now this is the first time I've done this and I was quite excited because I like to see people's different take on villains and what they think is a villain. But on this, the note on the Goodreads say that I strongly encourage you to avoid all Harry Potter characters. So yes, that made it a bit harder because I think every Harry Potter fan can literally go through every single Harry Potter villain. But this means it's more varied and we won't get all the same Voldemort, Dolores, all that, even though they are awesome villains. But yes, anyway, these are my favourite villains and I can't wait to show you. Now my first favourite villain is the Wizard from Wicked by Gregory Maguire. I know what you're all thinking. If you've only read The Wizard of Oz, you'll be thinking, but the Wizard's the good guy. Is the Wicked Witch is the bad girl? No. In Wicked, basically Elphaba is a good person, but then she finds out that the Wizard is basically trying to control the animals, taking away their speech and their rights, and he tricks her to giving wings to monkeys. So yeah, and then he uses Elphaba as a scapegoat. Just because she's green, she's easier to be blamed. And that's how she becomes the Wicked Witch of the West. So yeah, I think Gregory's take on this, making the Wizard the villain and Elphaba the good person, and to show the use of scapegoats and all that, I think it was really interesting, and I think the Wizard is like a classic good guy sending Dorothy home and all that. But with this book, seeing him as a villain, it's a big change. I just think it's a good change, and I think you should all read this book because it is just amazing. You get to see a totally different side to the Wizard of Oz, and you should just all give it a go. See what you think about the Wizard being a villain. Do you like it? What do you think? Comment down below, and if you haven't read it, pick it up. Okay, so in this book there is a group of villains that I want to mention who I quite liked, but I found it quite disturbing, and those are the Butterfly and the Walrus from Alice by Christina Henry. Now Alice is a modern day, well not a modern day because it's not really set in the modern day, but it's a different telling of Alice in Wonderland. And in it you've got some favourite characters such as the Butterfly, Walrus, Rabbit and Cheshire Cat. In this they are all gang leaders and kind of like pimps. The two that I found most disturbing and I think made really good villains were the Butterfly and the Walrus. Now the Butterfly was what's called a wizard, so he was like the Rabbit and the Cheshire Cat. They had powers. The Butterfly basically ran a brothel, and there are a few very disturbing things in there, such as he had a mermaid that he trapped in a cage and she couldn't get out. And then there's another thing where he had a woman, he broke her legs, and then he attached wings into her back muscles. So in it, when Alice sees her, she's basically saying kill me, and there is a scene there where they kill her because she can't escape really because her legs are broken. I think it's just really disturbing, and they're good villains, but I wouldn't like to come across them. And yeah, like I said about 100 times, it's very disturbing. And I forgot to mention the Walrus. The Walrus basically rapes women and then eats them, because he's heard about this Alice who turns out to be a magician as well. He's not a magician, but he wants her powers, so he's trying to eat all the women until he finds Alice and then gets the powers. But yeah, like I said, very disturbing. But if you like Alice in Wonderland and you want kind of a horror version of it, give this a go. There's also a second book called The Red Queen as well. So yeah, give these a go, and they've got two very good villains in them. Next villain I'm going to mention is Loki from The Gospel of Loki by Joanne M. Harris. Now Loki has always been my favourite villains, especially in the Marvel universe, especially in the films. But seeing him in this, even though it wasn't one of my favourite books, you get to see another side to him, you know, being this trickster. And this goes up to the fall of Asgard, Ragnarok I believe it was. But yeah, you get to see him, all the tricks he played on all the gods, how he tries to corrupt them, make sure Odin likes him, doesn't get on the wrong side of him. It's pretty good, and Loki was one of my favourite villains. I'm just a bit upset that this book wasn't that good. The next favourite villain is the Hunter from the Christmasaurus by Tom Fletcher. Now what I like about this villain is his backstory. The Hunter, when you first get introduced to him, is trying to hunt the Christmasaurus because he likes to hunt things and hang their heads on the wall. So obviously having a dinosaur would be pretty awesome. But then you find out later in the book that he once stayed up at night and he saw Santa and his reindeer land. He was thinking, oh, I need one of these flying reindeers for my wall. So him and his brother went to the North Pole, I think it is. Is it North Pole? I can never remember where Santa lives. I think it's the North Pole. And he tries to kill one of the reindeers. And then Santa puts him on the naughty list forever, and he's exiled from said pole. What I liked about this was the backstory of the villain really, and you get to find another shocker at the end. But I think it's a good writing, a good villain for a children's novel. And yeah, you also see his dog, so every villain needs a dog. But yeah, the Hunter from the Christmas Stories, good villain. And then finally, I'm leaving this one till last, just because it is a bit of a generalisation. I'm a big history geek. I did history at uni and I love good historical fiction. Most of the historical fiction I read is set around the Second World War, and that's because I have a thing about the Nazis. So I'm saying my fifth villain is the Nazis. I'm just holding up all my Cannot See by Anthony Dewar, just because this is the last book I read which had Nazis in it. What I like about Nazis as a villain, because we all know they are kind of like villains, they never did anything good in books and they never did anything good in history. But what I like is that you get to see why they think they are in the right, and that's what always makes me interested in them. You know, why do they think killing all these people, putting them in concentration camps and gassing them is a good thing? Another thing I also like is that you get to see the views of the people they are fighting. It's like in this you get to see the views of Marie, who's the little French girl, and then also in the Book Thief as well, you've got how they affect, I can't remember the name of the girl in that, but you've also got the Jews as well. So yeah, Nazis, probably one of my favourite villains, just because you get to see them in all different shapes and sizes. But yeah, I can't get enough of World War II historic novels and enough of Nazis. I mean, they're awful people. I don't think anyone can get as bad as they can. But yeah, Nazis, one of my favourite villains. Just because you get to see so many different sides to them. You don't really see a good side to them, but you get to see why they're doing that, why they think they're right. I haven't read one with Hitler in, I don't think. But yeah, Nazism. So yeah, that's this week's Top 5 Wednesday done. What do you think? What are your favourite villains in books? Just comment down below and we can have a little chat. Do you agree with me or disagree? So, my necklace just broke. How has that happened? I love this necklace so much. I'm going to have to find another chain for it. But anyway, what do you think? Do you agree with me? I've probably said this already, but I'm so upset about my necklace. As usual, you can follow me on Tumblr, Twitter, Goodreads or Instagram, and I will see you later. Bye!